We are back, continuing this wonderful 500th show of Straight Talk, joined now by our good friend, LA County Supervisor Don Knabe. Don, we're very honored to have you on the show.
Nice to be here. Happy 500th.
Thank you, sir. You were in office as Chief of Staff for the Supervisor when the governor was governor, were you not?
That's correct. I was Chief of Staff to Supervisor Dean Dane at the time when Governor Deukmejian was the great governor, the great 35th governor of our great state. So we worked with him and his staff, and actually walked precincts for him in the state senate days when I moved to Cerritos. Somebody, I think it was Steve Kinney, talked me into walking precincts for this guy with a long last name called Deukmejian. Or my wife says it used to be a spelling word in the Long Beach Unified School District.
Well, let me say, I'm honored to have both of you as our guests, and I've interviewed hundreds of elected officials over the last 21 years, and a few really stand out, and you two are my idols of what public service is all about.
We're the only two who are still alive.
Yeah, but it's stand out, right? Not stand up, okay? Yeah.
Now, one of the great upcoming additions to the Long Beach skyline will be the George Deukmejian Courthouse, and you played a role in that.
Well, from the very beginning, we thought it was a fitting tribute. I actually sort of got the idea from Judge Lucas. We had talked about it, and so, it was sort of a new thing. There really wasn't a policy in place, and so we had to go through a lot of hoops to do it. But there was a no more fitting tribute to Governor Deukmejian, being a hometown guy here in Long Beach that everybody knew, standout leadership as a governor, to have a new courthouse named after him. And it's going to be spectacular.
Well, it's opening, I think, scheduled in November sometime, and we'll look for it, and we'll all be there for that
absolutely.
Special occasion. How does it feel to have a courthouse named after you, sir?
Well, it's pretty amazing. I never would have dreamt anything like this would happen. I came to Long Beach in 1958 and opened a law office by myself. I didn't know anybody in the whole city except for my wife. She was from Long Beach. And now, at this stage of my life, to have a brand new, beautiful courthouse built and that will carry my name, it's very humbling, I'll tell you.
And
well-deserved.
And well-deserved. And not only to be admired for your 28 years of distinguished service, but to be virtually loved as a human being. And as Don is also, and Julie, and you and Gloria. It's so unusual.
Well, I think we both benefited by the fact we married two native Long Beachians, and Gloria and Julie. But
so marrying well is the key,
I've said this,
perhaps.
the governor doesn't like for me to say this, but I've said this so many times, is I've always considered him one of my mentors. And if, there's politicians, there's elected officials, and there's political leaders. And if you take the definition of political leader, that's George Deukmejian. And his style of leadership, his commitment to the people, his willingness to listen to all sides of the story, and his leadership skills in working with people, building bridges, and making things happen. Not making everybody happy. That's not a strong political leader. It's being able to do the right thing at the right time, and he epitomizes that.
Amen to that.
Now let's remember, this is a celebration of the 500th episode of Straight Talk. This is not.
No,
but he would comment about it.
I couldn't be happier to have this discussion on this issue on this show. And, a lot of elected officials have huge egos, and they get carried away by the fact that they are this or that. And I know both of you quite well, as you know, and neither of you have a drop of that. You serve to do a job for the people who elected you, and to me that counts so much.
Thank you.
I think it's very kind of you. The process would be much better off if we could all work together across those lines.
It would.
I've said so many times before, when it goes through the entitlement process, whether it be health care, whatever it may be, nobody asks when you walk through the door, are you Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Independent? You are who you are, and you're a human being, and you need to do the right thing.
And you made the point that county supervisors don't have the luxury of being ideologues. You're where the rubber meets the road. You got to get the job done. It's not
we don't get
not a Republican way or a Democratic way.
We
to
don't
do
have
your
caucuses.
job.
We don't have gubernatorial vetoes or presidential vetoes. at the end of the day, we have to fix the problems, and it's a unique process and much different than the partisan side of it.
Yeah. So you told me on air that you have one of the best jobs in America as county supervisor.
Absolutely.
Tell us why.
Well, I think the biggest reason is the fact that you can make a difference in someone's life. You only have to count to 3, and I'm not making light of that, but the point being is that
only 5 supervisors, so 3 votes wins.
So, right. So, I mean, from that standpoint, you know, you look beyond what the party, we don't get caught up in, you know, a caucus telling you you can't vote this way because you got to do it this way. Yeah. We're holding hostage. You just do what you do. But at the end of the day, you have to fix the problems, and there's nothing better. And making a difference in people's lives and policy that sets the threshold pretty high for making a difference. Yeah. It's a wonderful process.
Well said. And Governor, thank you very much for joining us on this special edition of our show. In the last segment, we're going to ask Dawn Knabe to assume the duties of host and interview me. So you won't want to miss that. But thank you for coming and being part of this 500
You're
show
welcome.
celebration.
Happy 500.
Thank you for having me. And I think I want to also congratulate you on your first wedding anniversary. It's about close to the first.
Thank you.
Isn't it?
Thank you.
Is it today or is it soon?
It's just a few days from today, but thank you for that.
Don't get the first anniversary confused with the 500th show. Okay? That's just
okay.
from 2 guys that have been married for a long time and been blessed with wonderful marriages. You don't want to mess that one up.
Good point. And apropos of that, we're stripping away our normal commercial spots, and we're going to play some historic classics. Take a look.
Hi, last time I looked, I was Sally Struthers. Although somebody came up to me on the street the other day and said, "Aren't you Charlene Tilton?" And I just said, "Sure." Anyway, you know who you need to know? It's Art Levine. He does this show, Straight Talk, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday nights at 6:30 on Channel 3. You got to watch it. It's interesting. It's fun. He was nice enough to have me on, even though I'm not interesting or fun. But he's letting me do the promo. Thanks, Art Levine. You're the best. Watch his show, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday night, 6:30.
(1881). Long Beach is established as a town site, and the 2-year-old John Blosser Carpet Company makes the trip from Los Angeles to install carpeting. 1927, the first talking picture premieres. The red carpet is rolled out by John Blosser Carpet Company. Today, John Blosser Carpet Company still offers the same old-fashioned quality and service that made them famous. For carpeting, tile, draperies, or hardwood floors, John Blosser Carpet Company sells and installs it all. John Blosser Carpet Company, the oldest carpet company in California.
I'm Umberto. At Umberto Men's Store, we provide you with personalized service and wardrobe consultations.
Umberto will help you choose from the generous selection of imported, high-quality suits, sport coats, and slacks. Their tailors can service you in just a day or 2. Umberto carries the finest clothing for men and women, both business and casual wear. Umberto has helped people dress for success for over a quarter of a century.
I hope you'll visit us soon. That's Umberto's, 2141 Bellflower Boulevard.